I believe it was Kurt Cobain who said, "I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not." Meaning that the pain of pretending is worse than the pain of being hated. And I realized that the people that truly love us, true love, allows us to exist without performance. The people that are truly for us, the people that truly love us for who we actually are on a soul level, never ever judge us for expanding into the fullest versions of ourselves. So often judgment from others is more times than not a reflection of that person. It's a reflection of them, and it's nothing to do with you. You are, should I say, mirroring back or reflecting back their limiting beliefs, their conditioning and their programming back to them. And so when someone doesn't like you, when you have the courage to be disliked, it's a very, very powerful thing. And when someone doesn't like you, it's not you that they're not liking. It's the parts of themselves, the darker corners of themselves, the shadow parts of themselves that you are illuminating, that you're bringing light to, purely by just existing as who you are. And so it's really, really important that you never, ever, ever shrink yourself or dim your light to please others or make others feel comfortable. And that word others is a really interesting word, because it's my belief that there is no other as such. We are all fractals of the divine. We are all splinters. Our souls are all little tiny splinters of the divine, the I am, the oneness. And we are all just reflecting back to each other different parts of that ultimate supreme consciousness. But we're all broadcasting on our own frequency, like a radio station. We all have our own code, our own station, our own channel. And so we have no business dictating or controlling anybody else's radio station, anybody else's program. So if we stick with the analogy of a radio station, every station has its own schedule, has its own programs, and each program is unique. Each program has its own direction. Each program has something that it wants to say, that it wants to broadcast, a message, information that it's here to bring to us. Or, oh, hello. There's always so imagine barging into another radio station and dictating to them how they should run their show, what music they should play, what guests they should have on, and all of that. Imagine doing that. You'd have no business doing that. And then what would happen is that the people that are tuned into your frequency, to your radio station, they're expecting your show. They're expecting dictating the genre of music that you play. They want to hear your voice. They want to understand how you think and feel about things. They've subscribed to you. So I see people who try to control and judge others and dictate to others how they should be living their lives and how they should be thinking and feeling. I see them as that person who barges into somebody else's radio station and tries to tell them how to run the show. I hope that made sense, because it made sense in my mind. Basically, we all need to mind our business and tend to our radio shows. People are out there and they are looking for different radio stations, and they come across your station and they love your vibe, they love everything you're about. We really need to understand that authenticity filters out the wrong people. Why would you want people to stick around that don't appreciate what you're broadcasting? People have the option of choice, and they can choose to tune the radio to a different station. It's not your job to amend yourself, to edit yourself, and to mold yourself into what you think people would prefer or what people would like. How sad when you think that the universe has given you such a unique coding, such a unique, beautiful frequency, and it's such a disservice to not be yourself. It's a disservice and a disrespect to God to fit in, to people please, to not be who you have come here to be. So that's what I'm thinking about today. Not everybody is supposed to like you, and that's a good thing. The right people will vibrate with your truth. The right people will see the beautiful parts of themselves in you, and they'll appreciate you for illuminating those parts of them. The biggest game changers, leaders, the most powerful people in this world, the visionaries, the leaders, they all had critics. They all had a whole host of critics. And those critics made them grow. Those critics made them look at the parts of themselves that needed a little bit of improvement, and they improved. We need critics. We need people to show us where we can be even better. The ones of us who dare to be bold, the ones of us who dare to be brave, we make the biggest waves in this world. And if you try to please everyone, if you try to fit in, dim your light, you dull your impact. You water down your impact. So remember, those people that don't like you, it's a good thing. I feel like if everybody likes you, you're doing it wrong. You're doing something wrong when everyone likes you. Everybody isn't supposed to like you. There are a set of people who will gravitate towards you, and that set of people see something in you, and that thing that they see is authenticity. That thing they see is you. That's what it means to be truly seen. Being seen means that people are seeing beyond the facade, beyond the masks, beyond the clothes that we wear, the things that we have. They see beyond that, and they see your soul. They connect soul to soul. Those people are destined to be in your tribe. Those people are destined to find you. And never let people's negativity outweigh people's positivity. So for instance, on YouTube I get comments. I don't have, if any negative comments at this point, but I'm imagining as my channel grows, I may encounter comments that might trigger me maybe, or might make me feel a certain way, or comments that don't align to my beliefs or how I think, and that's okay. But what I'm not to do, and what I'm always to remember, is that those comments, the more negative comments, and there is really no such thing as negative and positive really, but if you want to frame it like that, the negativity should never, as I said, outweigh the positive comments. And I think we tend to do that. The negative things people say to us, they tend to stick, and we tend to ponder on them a lot longer than all of the positive comments that people have. So understand that what you focus on grows. Never focus on the mean-spirited, nasty, poisonous things people may say about you. Always focus on the kind, positive, uplifting things people have to say about you. That's what's important. And when you know who you are, and that's the key to first understand who you are, and you surrender into who you are, and you surrender to the fact that you are who you are, magical things will begin to happen in your life, and amazing things will flow to you, things that you couldn't even imagine. And all it takes is for you to step into your power, for you to start feeling, behaving and acting in the way that is true and aligned with your character. And if you're a pure being, if you're a beautiful, kind-hearted soul, you don't have to try. Those of us who are pure beings, those of us who are pure souls, and when I say pure, I mean striving to be, because nobody's pure. We're all human. We all have our stuff. So when I say those of us who are pure beings, I mean those of us who are intending to bring light and positivity to this world. Those of us who have pure intentions. Those of us who know in our hearts that what we are doing, saying, or how we're being with others in this world comes from a good place, comes from a place of love. Those of us who are pure beings, we find it pretty difficult to exist in this matrix. The programming, the conditioning that we all have to survive under is challenging, and we can struggle. And we often struggle the most when we aren't brave enough to step out. There's another Robin. Hi Robin. Hello darling. Love Robins. Distracted by the beauty of nature, sorry. Yeah, where was I? So, when we often struggle the most when we are basically not being ourselves. when we allow the conditioning and the programming of this world to dictate to us who we are, to tell us who we are. And I mean, it starts from when we come into this world. It starts from childhood with schooling and all of that jazz, but I won't go down that path right now in this video. But we are told who we're supposed to be. Most of the time, what we become in terms of what we do for work, and the things that we go after in this lifetime are dictated to us. They're told to us, and you may not realize that, but it's true. Because when you get to a point in life, which I experienced, where you're at rock bottom and you have no choice but to go within, to do the self-inquiry, to do the introspection, to do the inner work. When you're forced to that place, and it's a beautiful thing when it happens, you have to rebuild your identity, you have to rebuild yourself. And it's a real shame when people miss that opportunity. If you don't take that opportunity when that first awakening hits you, when that first opportunity hits you, when that first opportunity for you to awaken hits you, if you don't take that chance to find yourself, that's why people say, that's why soul searching and finding yourself is such a thing, because it is such a powerful thing to know thyself, to understand who you actually are. Because without that, there's no progression in life. Everything, you may acquire things, material things for instance, but it'll all be like sand. It'll all just feel like it's constantly falling through your fingers, because it's not real, it's an illusion. And what is real is your mission, your purpose in life, what your soul was placed here to do. Your soul was put into this beautiful divine vessel, this body, for it to be able to it's an avatar. We're avatars. We're placed on this earth in these bodies for our souls to carry out their mission, their purpose. So we are not our bodies. We are way more than our bodies. We are way more than these vessels. We're more than what we look like. We're more than what we do for work. We're more than what we have. We are it's really powerful when you begin to understand that all you need to do in this life is be. We're human beings. We're here to just be. And a lot of the time we're doing, constantly doing. And when you create space enough in your life to have more moments of just being, life just unfolds in the most beautiful way that is indescribable and really profound. You begin to realize that you don't have to do anything or be anyone. You just have to be, and in being, you emanate you emanate your true essence, your true vibration, that perfect frequency that is you, your unique signal. We just have to understand that we are who we are, and who we are is enough. Anybody that doesn't like that, they can do one. As we say here in the UK, do one. So I'm gonna love and leave you right here, my darling, speak to you real soon. All my love. Mwah.